Every year, the same thing happens. People walk into January thinking a new beginning has arrived, a clean slate, a fresh start. But beneath the optimism, there's a trap waiting, a financial trap engineered so quietly most people don't even realize they're stepping into it. Because January isn't just a month, it's a system, a cycle designed to extract more money from you when you're the most vulnerable, emotionally, socially, and financially. Holiday spending, end-of-year fatigue, psychological pressure to reset, artificial discounts, quiet price hikes, new contracts, and the biggest credit card shock of the entire year. In this episode, we're going to break it all down. How January became the most profitable month in the world for corporations, banks, and digital platforms, and the most dangerous month for ordinary people. Before we begin, if you value understanding the systems that quietly shape your life, take a moment to subscribe. We explore these stories every week, calmly, clearly, without noise. Every year, the same thing happens. People walk into January thinking a new beginning has arrived, a clean slate, a fresh start. But beneath the optimism, there's a trap waiting, a financial trap engineered so quietly most people don't even realize they're stepping into it. Because January isn't just a month, it's a system, a cycle designed to extract more money from you when you're the most vulnerable, emotionally, socially, and financially. Holiday spending, end-of-year fatigue, psychological pressure to reset, artificial discounts, quiet price hikes, new contracts, and the biggest credit card shock of the entire year. In this episode, we're going to break it all down. How January became the most profitable month in the world for corporations, banks, and digital platforms, and the most dangerous month for ordinary people. Before we begin, if you value understanding the systems that quietly shape your life, take a moment to subscribe. We explore these stories every week, calmly, clearly, without noise. To see the January trap clearly, we need to look at the mechanics, the hidden systems that activate the moment the clock hits midnight on January 1st. Because January isn't just a month. It's the single most profitable financial window for corporations, banks, and digital platforms across the entire year. Let's break it down. Quietly, simply, and clearly. Mechanism number 1, the holiday credit shock. By January, most people don't know their real holiday spending total. Why? Because credit delays the pain. You spend in November. You spend in December. But the bill arrives in January, all at once. Banks know this, so they time promotions, limits, and interest rates to peak at the start of the year. January becomes their biggest month for fees, penalties, and interest revenue. Mechanism number 2, the price reset window. Retailers and service providers love January for one reason. You expect things to get more expensive. Companies quietly raise prices between December 28th and January 10th because consumers complain less during this period. It's the only time of year where inflation feels normal. Mechanism number 3, the subscription rollover. This one is extremely underestimated. Streaming apps, cloud storage, software tools, gyms, nearly all subscription-based services align their billing cycles to the start of the year. That means millions of people get charged for services they don't use right after the holidays when they're least able to contest it. Mechanism number 4, the new year, new you illusion. This is psychological and extremely profitable. Every January, you're targeted with self-improvement marketing. New diets, fitness plans, courses, coaching programs, financial apps, and even investments. Not because you need them, but because you're emotionally exhausted and searching for a sense of control. Companies know you'll buy things in January that you wouldn't buy at any other time of year. Mechanism number 5, the annual contract trap. Insurance policies, phone plans, internet packages, utility contracts, tax adjustments, gym memberships. all structured around a simple idea. The year begins in January, so it's the perfect moment to lock you into a new 12-month cycle. You think you're starting fresh, but in reality, you're entering the most binding, least flexible financial period of the year. When these 5 mechanisms combine, price resets, subscription rolls, emotional marketing, annual contracts, and credit shock, January becomes a month where the average person loses financial ground before the year even begins. And the companies? They know you're in this weakened state. They count on it. They build their entire revenue models around it. Because when you're tired, stressed, and optimistic about a new start, you're at your most predictable. Here's the truth almost no one realizes. January doesn't just happen to be expensive. It was engineered to be this way. Because there's one thing corporations, banks, and digital platforms have learned over decades of data. Human behavior becomes extremely predictable between December 20th and January 15th. And predictable behavior is the world's most profitable resource. Think about it. In January, people are emotional, hopeful, tired, and financially stretched, all at the same time. It's the perfect storm. Corporations know you'll forgive price increases if they happen at the start of a new year. Banks know you'll miss payments because the holidays overwhelmed you. Digital platforms know you'll sign up for new subscriptions because you want to reset your life. And retailers know you'll fall for discounts that are not really discounts. But the real reveal is deeper. January is not just profitable. It's the month that determines the entire financial performance of the year. Yes, for many industries, January decides whether they will succeed or fail for the next 12 months. That's why the psychological pressure is so intense. That's why the marketing is so aggressive. That's why the discounts are so carefully timed. And that's why the bills always come in one brutal wave. You're not imagining it. The system is designed to hit you all at once. Because January cash flow is the foundation of every major organization's financial roadmap. They need your money, early, predictable, and guaranteed, so they can show strong first-quarter momentum to shareholders and investors. January isn't about you starting fresh. It's about them starting strong. And here's the uncomfortable truth. They spend billions each year studying your psychology, your behavior, your emotions, and your weaknesses just to make sure January stays the most profitable month on the calendar. It's not an accident. It's not tradition. It's not coincidence. It's design. And the moment you understand this, the moment you see the structure behind the cycle, you stop being a target and start becoming someone who moves differently. Someone who sees the mechanics before they activate. So what does all of this mean for you, for your family, for your future? It means January isn't something you should fear, but something you should understand. Because once you see the mechanics, you break the cycle. Here's what actually makes the difference. You don't fight January by spending less in December. You fight it by preparing for the system that will activate as soon as the new year begins. Step 1. Know your real numbers before January hits. Not the holiday feeling, not the hope for a fresh start. Your real numbers, because clarity removes fear. Step 2. Expect price resets. Companies count on you being surprised. Don't give them that advantage. If you know a price increase is coming, you're already ahead of 90% of people. Step 3. Audit your subscriptions. January is where hundreds are lost for millions of people. Silently, automatically. A 5-minute check can save you a full month of regret. Step 4. Don't fall for New Year, New You pressure. Real change doesn't start on a calendar date. It starts when you're calm, aware, and honest with yourself. And finally, remember this. January is only a trap if you walk into it blind. But if you understand the system, it becomes an advantage, a moment where everyone else is overwhelmed, and you're not, a moment where everybody stumbles, and you stay steady, a moment where the world rushes, and you move with intention. If this gave you clarity, stay close. We explore these hidden mechanics every week, calmly, clearly, and without noise. Welcome to Financial Room,